Ahoy everyone, my name is Sirhc and welcome back to another episode here on Satisfactory. Learned a cool new trick. Can do a little twirly twirl of my building scanner tool. I mean, I guess it's kind of used for everything. It's more like a universal remote. But yeah, I can twirl that around in my hands. I can also clap, but it's a weird clap. It's not like it's only two. It's not like I'm applauding anything. It's more like I'm beckoning something. It almost reminds me of like a clapper, like clap on, clap off, the clapper, but nothing's turning on and off, which is pretty disappointing. I mean, this is the future. Where is the clapper technology? Why can't I control things with my claps? What is this? But I've been taking a look around my room, just checking it out, seeing what we got here, and I like all of the details they've added in here. Like this poster in here, there's a bunch of graffiti all around it, and I was taking a look at these computer screens we have in here, and there's some nice little Easter eggs. In fact, if we go to options and video, turn our field of view all the way down, we can zoom in our screen. So we've got like a picture of a moose, although the title says encouraging cat. I don't think I see any cats in that picture. I don't know what this exactly is, but it says Pilgor, 1,337 unlicked objects. I don't know why all of those objects need to be licked, but there we have it. There's some sort of chat here. Somebody seems to be asking us to go watch a movie with them, and when we didn't respond, they muted us for 1,000 years. I'm assuming we're Pioneer. Not entirely sure, actually. Initializing unconventional screen resolution, I guess because the screen has like a notch out of it. There's an error message here saying that we have lost all of our progress, and the OS has crashed spectacularly. System update here, where the only options are yes and totally yes when it asks if we want to install the update now. And we have some solitaire, so that's nice. We can play a game by ourselves. Although I'm still curious about these double beds. Like, is there supposed to be someone here with us? Did we lose someone in the planet fall that was supposed to be joining us? These are questions we may never answer. But anyways, let's get to work in this episode. The first thing we need to do is upgrade our power, because we ran out of it last episode, and we actually need to stick some fuel into our burners here, get everything running again. So we can throw some wood in here and throw some wood in this one. And then if your power ever goes out, you usually have to like turn it on with this fuse box, and then everything starts running again. So in this menu we can kind of see how much power we're creating and using. So the yellow line here, that is our consumption, how much we're using in our machines. The black is production, and as you see, they're basically the same, which means the biomass burners only like output as much energy as we're using, so we're not like wasting energy, which is pretty nice. We're not producing way more than we need and just losing those resources. And then we also have our capacity here, which right now is at 40 megawatts. So I'm assuming each biomass burner does 20. So in order to add more machines to our factory here, we're going to need some more biomass burners, and we have those right here. One cool thing with this this build menu is we can add items to our to-do list, and it tells you what resources you need to build those. So we're going to want to build at least one more biomass burner, maybe two of them. Also, we unlocked a new fuel for the biomass burners. If we look in here, we unlocked biomass. We can now craft that from wood and leaves rather than just burning those raw resources. So that makes our fuel a little bit more efficient. So if we want to set up a system for that, we are going to want a few storage containers for putting all of our items in, and we are going to want, I think, 2 constructors. So if we look at the items we need on the right there, we have everything except for iron rods. So we can just run down here to my storage container with all of my iron rods, grab like a stack out of there. That is enough, and then we can run back up here, and we'll stick our power up by the hub, since we already have these biomass burners up here anyways. So now we can select the biomass burner, and this is what it looks like. Basically it looks like these, except almost bigger and bulkier, which is kind of annoying. It's also like the front of it is like that, but the footprint of it is at an angle from that. I'm not a big fan of that. Let's just put it right by the hub here, or maybe it'd be better to turn it this way. I don't know. We'll just place it down right there. So that's our biomass burner. Kind of the same deal. We have to hand feed it our fuel. And should we just place another one down right next to it? Put this right there. Sure, that'll work. And then to create the biomass, we are going to want a couple of storage containers. We're going to want one to stick leaves in and one to stick logs in. So we'll put those right on top of each other. And then we're going to want a couple of constructors, because you can only, like, the leaves and the logs are two different recipes. So we're going to need two constructors, one for each recipe, if we want to run both of them. So we'll put this, let's see. We can hold control and it kind of locks everything in a grid. That actually makes it almost harder with these for some reason. So let's do that. Oh, another thing is we have this hotbar on the bottom that is kind of like a quick build option. We can hit 1, 2, 3 is conveyor belts, 2 is connecting power lines, 1 is a power pole. We can configure those in this build menu as well. Like as far as power poles, we don't really need those on our hotbar, because when we connect power lines, we can automatically create power poles if we don't have anything to connect to. So I can just set those as number 1, and then we can put conveyor belts as number 2. Again, I don't really need the conveyor poles, so maybe we'll just get rid of those. Delete that. Maybe we could put storage containers on here. Maybe constructors, we use those quite a bit. And I think that's good for now. So now if we take our conveyor belts, we can connect one of these storage containers to, maybe we'll do this one, since that one's lower. Although it looks like we can't actually connect that. So let's try it the other way, or I might have to move stuff around. Okay, that doesn't work. I thought it was saying that the conveyor belt turn was too tight, but it might have actually been saying I couldn't afford the conveyor belts. I did have to go get some more iron plates, but I moved the constructors anyways. We'll have them facing to the side like this, and then we can put another storage container by these. This will be our output, and I actually just realized that, in fact, I think we'll move this over just to make the connections a little bit easier. We'll put it like right here. I realized I can't connect both of these to the same output because I don't have any mergers or splitters. So we'll just do one of these at the moment. We'll unlock those mergers and splitters pretty soon. But now we can come into here. Let's get rid of the build menu stuff. We can grab our logs and our leaves out of here. So we'll put, we'll go into here, we'll put logs into this bottom storage container and leaves into the top one. So this one is going to be making biomass out of the wood, and then this one will be making biomass out of the leaves. And then we just need to connect up some power to everything here, which looks like this one is full. So let's get rid of that and bring another power pole here. That can connect back to there and to that one. And I'll bring another power pole to here. That can connect to there. And then another power pole to here. And that can connect to both of these. And then I think I just need to turn my power back on because we kind of screwed it up there. So now this should be creating biomass and throwing it off onto the conveyor belt. And into this, I suppose we need to fuel this thing. That's right. Did I craft enough biomass at least? I added more machines to our factory there without actually adding another one of these biomass burners because I didn't put any fuel in these yet. So now we should be good. Our capacity should go up, there we go, to 70 megawatts. So I guess these biomass burners give you 30 megawatts instead of just 20. So that's pretty nice. Once we get some more fuel out of here, which it looks like it's already coming down the line pretty quickly, can just grab it off of the conveyor belt, grab this, and we can even throw it into this biomass burner and get 4 of them running. So now our capacity is up to 100 megawatts, and that should do us for a little bit. We should be able to add a lot of machines to our factory. Now that we've got our power sorted, let's hop on inside to the hub terminal and see what kind of stuff we can now unlock. We've opened up a bunch of stuff here in Tier 1 and Tier 2. We've got base building stuff with foundation and walls, so we can build structures to put our machines in. This is the splitters and mergers I was talking about. Those will be very important for crafting lots of different stuff. We've got some research things, a MAM, object scanner, beacon, personal storage box, part assembly. This assembler is basically an upgraded constructor. You can construct parts that require 2 ingredients. It takes in 2 inputs, whereas the constructor only takes in 1. Obstacle clearing, this is definitely an important one we'll need to get soon. The chainsaw allows us to chop down trees, so we no longer have to run around grabbing leaves from bushes. We'll be able to get wood and leaves from trees. Be much easier to get fuel, as well as unlocking the solid biofuel, which is kind of the next step in fuel. You craft this from the biomass, and it is just more efficient. We've got some jump pads. Those will be fun to play with eventually. We've got this awesome sink and awesome shop. That's kind of an interesting building there. And then we have upgraded conveyor belts and stackable conveyor poles and an upgraded conveyor lift. I think the first one we're going to want to do is the logistics, because then we can kind of expand our factory a little bit better and craft more things. So we need these items. I can put it on my screen there by selecting the milestone. Then we can throw our iron plates, our iron rods, and our copper wire into here. Ooh, this is new. A launch pod. Oh, is that the ship that we got at the end of last episode? So if we push this button, ooh, milestone unlocked. Logistics.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge,
can I hop on?
Complexity and efficiency of your factory.
I guess it's just leaving without me. Okay, bring our materials up to space then. Unlock stuff for us. Goodbye. I hope you return soon. So now in our building menu under logistics, we've got the merger and splitter. Let's put those on our hotbar, and maybe the lift as well. And we can put our storage container back on here. So now that we've got this, I can get rid of this conveyor belt, and I think we'll actually attach this one. Should I just attach it? No, we're gonna want to let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. I can turn this with scroll wheel. If I kind of make it go straight like that a little bit more, and then attach that to there, and then I can put I'm gonna want a merger. Oh, that thing is big. We're gonna want this kind of lined up with that machine, and then we can put a conveyor belt into there. So now both of these conveyor belts are going into the merger, and then everything is getting put onto this conveyor belt and put into the storage container. So now we've got both machines outputting into this one storage. So that works out really nice. Another thing this allows us to do is to split some of these full belts. So like this miner is producing 120 copper per minute. This smelter only can handle 30 copper per minute. So we can take a splitter, put it onto this belt, and then we can put, let's see, another smelter, throw that down right here, and we can grab some of this this copper ore and throw it into another smelter. We can actually feed, we've got 120 and each one does 30, so we could actually feed 4 smelters, right? Yeah, 4 smelters with that one miner there. Also, we have this belt here is backed up because this produces 30 copper per minute, and this only needs 15 copper per minute. So we can add another constructor over here, and then we're actually going to add another constructor after that, although I am out of iron plates again. Reinforced iron plates. Okay, now I've got 2 constructors here. This one is going to be making cable, and it's going to be making that cable out of this wire here. So then if we grab another splitter and we put it onto this conveyor belt, grab our conveyor belts, attach that to there. So now it's going to be taking some of that copper there. And what does this need? Yeah, this needs 15 copper per minute, same as that one creating the wire. So now we've got this line creating cable and this one creating wire and storing it up. So we should always have some of that on hand. This place is already getting pretty messy, but we're going to put another splitter on this iron belt here. Grab our conveyor belts, and we're going to have another constructor making iron rods in here. And then those iron rods are going to be crafted into screws, so we can start stockpiling some of those. And yeah, we have a starting of a rat's nest going on in here. Definitely gonna have to clean this up soon, but for now I just want to produce. I want to get to producing all of these different items we need. I think we've got enough resources now to unlock another milestone here. So I want to, like I said, I want to get this chainsaw because this is gonna make my life so much easier. So we've got our 500 screws, we've got 100 cable and 100 concrete. And let's push the button. Let's see if I can get up onto the ship before it takes off. No, come back. Come back. There's no way to get on the ship. Don't leave without me. Don't leave me here again. Okay, well, anyways, I guess let's continue on working as Ada tells us to. So we've got a chainsaw here. We need 160 screws. Wow, okay. And 1 chainsaw, please. Let's craft that up. There we go. So let's get that baby. Whoops, what am I doing? Chainsaw. Put that in our hands. And it looks like we need fuel for this. So for this we actually need, oh, what is he doing? Oh, that's kind of cool how it extends like that. So for this, to fuel it, we actually need that solid biofuel. So to craft that, we're going to need some biomass, which I think I have a bunch up in here. For now, we'll just craft it manually until we get some more stuff. So biofuel, grab all of this. Oh, there we go. We can charge it up. So we got 12 fuel. I don't know how much it uses there. It just went down to 11, but I don't know how long that lasts. So with this thing, you know, the old way of getting fuel is I'd run through here. Let's see, pressing E on all these bushes to pick up leaves, and I get, you know, 25, 32 leaves there, some flower petals. Every once in a while I get the odd pieces of wood. But with the chainsaw, let's go away from our base a little bit and just kind of pick out some trees. We can use this on a tree and get 64 wood, 238 leaves, just like that. Maybe we'll take out, I'll have to like go far away from my base or something. I don't want to like destroy the landscape completely. Chop this baby down, 34 wood, 276 leaves. Maybe we'll take down like 1 big tree. Maybe over on this, like up on the hill up there. Like how about one of these big guys? There's a lot of trees clustered in here. That was 97 wood. I kind of expected more, but still, that's really good. Oh, it's one of those big blobby guys. I don't know what they're called. Does it say if I go up to them? I'm not gonna hurt you, I swear. Can I see what you are? Oh, that's a deep growl. Okay, we'll just step away. and another 47 wood. So already we're up to over 1,000 leaves and over 200 logs just from chopping down a handful of trees. That's going to make my resource gathering a lot easier. It means I can spend less time gathering fuel. I'm setting up these constructors to automate some of that solid biofuel so we can get a bunch of that crafted up. So let's bring this conveyor belt out to like here. We'll raise that up. Then we can bring that across to about there. And then that can connect to there. So then if we put a merger onto this belt, and then connect that belt to that merger, everything should be set up. So these two are going to be constructing the biomass out of wood and leaves. And then this one is going to construct the biofuel out of the biomass. So all we gotta do is connect these up to power. Let's see, we got this power pole here. Let's get rid of that one. And let's just move our power pole over here. So I think we'll just connect all three of them to this one. Just like that. And then if we go into here, so which one is which again? This one was the wood, right? We've got wood in there, so we can throw our wood into this bottom storage container. And then I can't quite reach it from back here, but I should be able to reach it from up here. Can throw our leaves into this one. And then we can actually jumpstart this by throwing some biomass into this constructor. That'll start creating the biofuel. So hopefully everything is working. I think we might have just added too many machines now that I think about it, because I have this biomass burner turned off. So that's an easy fix. We didn't need it at the moment, but now it looks like we've just reached the max of what we had. So there we go. So that one's creating biomass. This one looks like it's starting to create biomass. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to come out. That should all merge onto one belt. This is going to be a bit of a congested belt, but that's okay. And we're creating the biofuel there. And that is going to burn a lot more efficiently than even the biomass, which means we don't have to refill these as often, which is a very annoying thing to have to keep coming back here every once in a while. Eventually we'll be able to fully automate power, but for now, this is kind of the best we can do, and this is going to work out really nice for us. I just got back from gathering a few resources, just ran around the area and picked a few trees here and there, tried not to ruin the landscape too much. So now we can throw all of that wood in there. That is a lot of wood and a lot of leaves in there. Hopefully that will last us quite a while. I think this is still churning out some biomass, yep. And we're still getting the biofuel. How is this looking? We got a couple of stacks, that's not too bad. Let's get rid of this chainsaw real quick. And we can switch this one out with the solid fuel. Maybe switch this one out with the solid fuel. This one's already running solid fuel, and this one already has solid fuel. We can throw this extra biomass into this constructor. We do have one little problem here, and that's this belt. Can't quite keep up with this constructor. This thing can use up 120 biomass per minute, and the Mark 1 conveyor belts that we have only deliver 60 resources per minute. So we need to upgrade this belt, but we're gonna have to wait for that until next time, because we're pretty much out of time here in this episode. But we have upgraded our power. It's going to be a lot easier to expand now with the biomass burners, and it's going to be a lot easier to fuel. At least it's as easy as it will get until we can fully automate our power with the coal generators that we'll eventually unlock. But I hope you guys have enjoyed another episode here on Satisfactory. This is really a satisfying game. I love just looking at all these belts feeding into stuff. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll see y'all next time. Goodbye, folks.